Script here with another video, guys, and of course, here we are, and this is the reality. So all these SJWs and all these people on Twitter and everybody freaking out who just don't want to acknowledge the reality of the situation for these people, here it is. And before I go into this a little further, I also want to mention, so there was some people on Twitter debating, trying to say that Ahmed Best was attacked by the fans. Ahmed Best himself tweeted that it was the media. It was the media. Jake, the guy who played Little Anakin. People say, oh, it was the fans. No, he also said it was the media. And he went to conventions all the time after the movie came out. If the fans were treating him like crap, why did he go to the conventions all the time? He says he loved going to them. So this is just another example where there's a handful of idiots who said that they were ticked off that Charmaine Chenoy was going to direct a Star Wars movie because she's female, and that's it. Okay, there was a tiny group of morons that did in fact tweet that, but we're talking about next to nobody. The vast majority of the people, like myself and others, that were kind of upset about this decision making was her background is documentary filmmaking. Her background, her goal is to make men uncomfortable. Comments like that, which again, I don't blame her because that's her background. She's dealing with abuse in Pakistan. I get it, but she just isn't really somebody you would put in a sci-fi fantasy director's chair. She's never directed a movie before. She's only done documentaries. So she has no experience dealing with actors and dealing with sets. You know what I mean? Everything in a documentary is there. She can probably do some good cinematography and stuff. I'm sure she's involved with that in her documentaries. But there's no way that she has any experience directing a movie, let alone a massive, $300-400 million big budget Star Wars movie. So that was the issue. It wasn't that she was a woman, it's that her background doesn't make sense, and she's admitted that she has no experience making movies. So that's the issue, and I think Daisy Ridley knows that. Actor Daisy Ridley addressed the issue of sexism from Star Wars fans, telling NBC's Today Show that she thinks it's been blown out of proportion. And I want to say the one woman was really trying to bait her in this. And I'll show you a very short clip. I don't want to get copywritten, but the one woman that was asking the question said that all these Star Wars fans are mad that a woman's directing, and then she brought up other female directors like Chow or whoever else that was doing Mandalorian and stuff like that. And she tried to make it sound like that's the issue. She didn't bring up the fact that Chenoy has no movie making background. She didn't bring up the fact that she's a documentary filmmaker. She didn't bring up the fact that she's admittedly has absolutely zero idea what she's doing. It's just, they hate her because she's a woman, even though, again, that's such a tiny, small, minute bunch of losers. And honestly, you guys, please link me these tweets if you find them, because I haven't found a single person that was like, I don't want her to direct because she's a woman. Like, I've heard no one say that. All anyone has said is she's not qualified, based on everything I already explained.
I'd say extreme Star Wars fans who have made this a conversation on the internet about how they don't want a female director, which seems bizarre because episodes of The Mandalorian were directed by females. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy has been overseeing all of this. So, what is your take on that?
I think my take is things get blown out of proportion, and the interactions I've ever had with people have been nothing but wonderful and supportive.
I think my take is things get blown out of proportion, and the interactions I've ever had with people have been nothing but wonderful and supportive, Ridley said. I've only ever been embraced, and I think we're going to make a great film. There you go, all you morons. If you know morons, please link this video into their feed or whatever, into the comment section of their Twitters, because they are just idiots. Like, this whole idea that Ahmed Best was walking around going shopping, and people were running up to him. You're an idiot, Ahmed. We hate you. F Jar Jar, you're a piece of crap. Blah, blah, blah. No, man. That's not how society works. People don't do that. People aren't doing that over movies. This whole idea that these certain Star Wars fans have on social media that it's that, and even the idea that Daisy Ridley would take the time, even if there was this group of people that hated her, just, hated her because she's a woman, why would she waste her time with that? So she's not going to, it's not affecting you. It's the media is the issue in these situations. And even with Rey, I thought Daisy Ridley was a good selection for the casting. I was very excited. And she's good for that role. She had all the tools. She could play that role, but they just wrote a crappy character. It's nothing to do with Daisy Ridley. Rey is just a crappy character. And it has nothing to do with her having a vagina. And no one cares. It's just so stupid. And 99% of the people I know that don't like the Rey character love Mara Jade in the EU. Guess what Mara Jade is? a woman. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And you know what other character a lot of those fans really like too? Guess who it is? It's been in Star Wars since the beginning. Leia! Oh my gosh, Leia. You know what? Leia also has a vagina. And they like her. So this whole thing's so nonsensical. So I just wanted to quickly cover this, guys. Are we finally going to just put these crazy people online to bed with their nonsense and making up lies that if you don't like a movie, you're sexist. If you don't like a character, you're sexist or racist or whatever. Can we just stop this now? I've experienced it. I said I didn't like Rave's character, and then I was called a racist and all types of names on Twitter simply because I didn't like her character. I must be racist because I love Lando, though. Because I really like Lando, but I'm racist. Like, it's so stupid. And Spawn was my favorite comic book character growing up, but it's because she's black. That's not because her character was poorly written, not because she was just stupid and dumb and didn't fit in with what I view the Empire should be, which is a very organized, well-oiled machine that is very scary. No, it's because she's black. This is the nonsense that we're dealing with, and I'm so happy to see Daisy Ridley as a rational human being who's not getting sucked into the nonsense. She could have said any myriad of things, but she didn't. She said the truth, which is she gets a lot of positive feedback, which she does. If I saw Daisy Ridley walking down the street, I'd go over to her and I'd say, hey, really nice to meet you. I wouldn't say anything about Rey unless she asked. And if she asked, I'd say, yeah, I was kind of disappointed with the character. I thought you were kind of done dirty. They should have written your character better because you were good for the role. I'm not going to be like, Rey's a piece of crap, blah, 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 blah. Like, no one does that. Like, these people online, do you guys ever leave the house? Do you leave the house? Do you go walking around? Do you meet anybody? Or are you just online all day and so you have absolutely no concept of how the earth really works and how people actually act around each other? Like, it's crazy. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm glad we can lay this to rest. Thanks for watching. As usual, if you do like this content, please like, subscribe. It really helps the channel. And have yourselves a really good day.